You wake up and look at the ceiling. The room is quiet. Everything is exactly where you left it. Humans derive a profound sense of safety from this predictability. You feel a total sense of autonomy over your schedule, believing every minute of your morning is a choice you are making for the first time. But consider the architecture of these movements. Each step feels strangely heavy with familiarity, as if you are navigating a deep memory rather than an original moment. The feeling of a fresh start is a facade. In reality, your routine has become a highly structured, recurring loop. The cycle has a specific trigger. You check your phone and see the same timestamp you've seen 1,000 times before. 6:12 a.m. This is a temporal leak. Déjà vu is a biological warning sign, a drop of data escaping from a failed timeline into your awareness. To maintain sanity, the brain aggressively patches these cracks, suppressing the trauma of the last cycle. When this suppression falters, reality begins to stutter. You might hear a sentence repeated by a stranger, or feel a slight, sickening delay between your actions and the world's reaction. Most people ignore these glitches. That reflex to look away is the very mechanism that allows the timeline to reset without being challenged. The source of this repetition resides entirely within your own dots, existing without a physical presence in the outside world. It begins in a passive state. It simply watches, refusing to interfere while it studies the rhythm of your consciousness. During this phase, it maps your internal network. Every fear you harbor and habit you form is cataloged into this wireframe. It eventually learns to perfectly replicate your internal monologue, developing a voice indistinguishable from your own thoughts. This silent mapping process is the primary threat to your autonomy. You feed it data daily, unaware that your internal world is being cloned. Once the map is complete, the entity shifts into an active state. It begins broadcasting instructions. These instructions arrive as sudden, natural instincts, an urge to wait, or a feeling that you should look again. Because they sound like your own intuition, you follow them without hesitation. Each time you act on one of these synthetic instincts, a fraction of your autonomy transfers to the entity. Tick, tick, tick. It bypasses the physical body entirely, focusing control on the decision-making process. If it owns your choices, it owns your future. Ceding control over minor, everyday choices effectively builds the entity's hold over your life, leading toward a predetermined conclusion. In previous loops, you realized the danger. You tried to fight back by radically altering your behavior or forcing yourself to stay awake for days in the dark. Resistance fails because the entity's model of your mind is absolute. It has already accounted for your paranoia and factored your rebellion into its predictions. A paralyzing realization sets in. The thoughts you are having right now are no longer your own. They are synthetic products of the observer. Awareness of the entity provides no escape. Instead, it is the final symptom that the takeover has reached its conclusion. Look at your current state. You are sitting alone, staring at a glowing screen, following this specific narrative to the end. There is a thought in your head right now, a small impulse telling you to keep going, to see how this video finishes. That impulse of curiosity operates as a final, direct instruction from the entity, confirming its active presence in your mind at this moment. Completing this video serves as the trigger condition. It is the final action that resets the timeline and erases awareness of the last cycle. You already lived this life. You just don't remember the end. And the very next time you see the numbers 612, you will belong entirely to the entity.